I'm going to show you guys how I made my track Magic that got released on Tracks to the Max. First I'll show you guys the breakdown, and then part 2 I'll show you guys the drop. So let's check out the breakdown real quick.
Make your play now, I'm getting bored. Let's slip away, no one's looking at the door. So if you want me, I'm ready to be yours, I'm ready to be yours. If it's cool, I'll get a little closer. I've had my eyes on you. I'll take my head and put it on your shoulder. We'll get a little closer. Taking me out to your way.
Alright, so from the drop into the break, I like to use impacts. It just depends on the track as well, but I like to use impacts to kind of bring you into the next section. And so this one, I think, actually this is from the Magnus sample pack he had sent me. I'll show you it real quick. Yeah, so that one's probably my favorite impact that I've been using lately. I don't know, I like it for some reason. I like the sound of it. But yeah, so there's that, and then also you got the downlifter. Downlifters, they're nice to use to like bring you into a different section, so I like to use those a lot. But try to keep the volume down. You don't want the volume too high on those because I don't know. You just kind of want it in the background. You don't really want it in your face. So yeah, there's a little tip. Kind of have the volume down on the downlifters. You want it there, but not in your face. What do we got here? So let's see. So this is just a symbol from Cymatics or something. I don't know what it is. But I reversed it. So I took it, reversed it into itself basically to make it seem. So all you have to do is this too. So it's a nice transitional thing. So I guess this is what it started with. This is what I had first. So all I did is take that, then you make it unique, and it'll give you a separate one. Oh, sorry. It'll give you a separate one, and all I did is reverse it. So click reverse, and it'll reverse it like that, and then you just line it up, and it'll give you this. So the reason I do that is just for transitional purposes. It just makes it a lot smoother. What do we have here? So pattern 7. What is this? Let's see. I think these are the chords. Yeah, so these are the chords. I used a pad probably from Serum. I've been using Serum a lot. Oh, from Spire. I was wrong. So yeah, here's some pads from Spire. Let's see the editing on those. What did I do? So it looks like I boosted the mid lows a little bit. Sometimes I'll cut out the lows, but this time it looks like I kept it. And yeah, as far as deep house, I like to use pads. Gives it some atmosphere. Normally, so how I started this track is I started it with the vocal. So I kind of like to build the tracks around the vocal. The vocal kind of will give me a certain vibe, a certain feeling, and then I'll build the track around that. So yeah, with this vocal, I thought these chords went well with it.
Make your play now, I'm getting bored. Let's slip away, no one's looking at the door. So if you want.
Yeah, that's a big thing you want to focus on is if you're making a track around a vocal, make sure the chords complement the vocal. Make sure it gives you a certain feeling. Like, just try different combinations. You don't have to just go with the first chords that you come up with. you can try different ones and then go back and see like which one you like the best. But this is the one that I thought sounded good and gave me the certain vibe I was looking for, so I kept them. So yeah, and then the sub bass comes in at this point when the vocal comes in, just to give a little bit more energy. And the sub bass is all it is just the bottom line of the chords. So for example, you have the chords right here, this bottom section of the chords, that's my bass line. All I did is take that bottom section and paste it right there, and it's the same, it's literally the same as the bottom notes. And that I use Serum, some type of sub bass sensor. Yeah, so this is like a respace. Let's see what I did. So this I use Camel Crusher. Also cut out the highs because I'm using the pads for the upper harmonic. So yep, that's what I did with the sub bass. And then let's see, downlifter vocal. Let's see what I did with the vocal editing. Let's check that out. So it looks like I shifted it down to semitones. What else did I do with it?
Make you play now. I'm getting bored.
So for this, let me see. So this section I have, all I did is cut out the lows right here, and then I did a send channel. So one specifically for reverb. So have it at 100%. Cut out the frequencies I don't want, which is going to be basically below 200. I don't want that. It's going to make the mix a little muddy. So, and then all you have to do is control the volume right here. So you do the send channel, click here, it'll send it to that channel. Then you could do the reverb, cut out the lows you don't need, and then just mess with the volume, get the volume right. So that's for the reverb.
Make you play now.
I did the same thing for delay. So I sent this to another send channel, which has Fruity Delay 3. Fruity Delay 3 is pretty good. It's decent. I've been using H Delay more recently, but Fruity Delay works just fine. So you do the send channel, same thing with the volume. Just get the volume right, and then also cut the lows. So that's it for the vocal. Actually, didn't do much with this vocal this time. Normally I do a little bit more editing, but on this one, I don't know. I like the vocal how it was. That's what a lot of the comments too. A lot of people like the vocal and stuff, so I just kept it simple with the vocal. What else do we got? So this part I wanted more energy. So as the track breaks down, I want less energy as soon as it breaks down. But as it starts to pick up, I want more and more energy. So this first section, it's kind of simple, not really much going on, but that's exactly what I was going for. And then when the vocal comes in, and then also the sub comes in, and then just these little, I think it's, let me see, the snaps, I believe. Yeah, so I bring in the snaps just to bring in energy. What do we got here, like little vinyl or something? Yeah, so this just adds a little atmosphere in the background. You want to add atmosphere. It just helps make the track more interesting. Like this, you probably didn't even hear it, but this is in the background. So right here it would be like, all together it'd be like this. So it just adds a little texture to the background to keep it more interesting. We also got one right here. And then normally with these, I throw a shitload of reverb on there normally. This one actually probably already had a lot of reverb, so I just didn't even mess with it. This one, let's see the next one. Did I add reverb here? Let's check it out. Yeah, so this one I did add a lot of reverb to it. Without the reverb, it's like this. Still good, still has some atmosphere to it, but with the reverb it just adds more atmosphere. That's the big thing for me. Like reverb adds a lot of atmosphere, so I do tend to use a lot of reverb in my tracks. especially deep house in particular. Then right here is just a cymbal, orchestra cymbal by Cashmere. Obviously everybody knows Cashmere's sample pack's got like some of the best stuff in it. So this is just cymbal. Yep. And what do we got? This effect, what is this? Just a little transitional thing. Probably has some, oh look at that, I didn't even send it to a mixer channel. Yeah, I just turned the volume down on it so it's in the background.
Make you play now.
Yeah, so that's just kind of for transitional purposes. This you'll hear throughout the track. It's even on the drop. This is just like a vocal, cymatics vocal chop actually, and I think I heavily edited this one actually. I'll play it for you. So yeah, I thought that was a cool vocal chop. Yeah, I edited it a lot. So the volume is just to automate the volume throughout the different sections. I wanted it wide, so Fruity Stereo Shaper's pretty good. Comes stock with FL, so try to use that. This is a free plugin, OTT, you guys know about that. Just a little bit of compression, just to, actually no, it's heavily compressed. It's heavily compressed. And then a beautiful, a beautiful EQ going on there. That's ridiculous. Reverb, because I want it in the back of the mix. I want it to be more in the back, so I have it at 38%. It's not something I wanted right in your face. So the more reverb you have on something, the further back it pushes it in the mix, which gives you more space in the front of the mix. Kickstart, that's for sidechaining the drop. Let's see. I guess this is for volume automation. I don't know. This is a filter that's used. I think I filter it in and out of different sections. So I open and close the filters on the different sections, which I don't know, provides more and less energy depending on what part of the track you're on. So that's pretty much it for this section. I do add the pianos again right here for more energy, and the pianos, let's see, number 12, the pianos, all it is what are we using? FL keys. So you don't have to have the best piano plugin in the world. FL keys, a little bit of editing probably, slightly, just made it wide so that the vocal can fit. Took off the highs and the lows because I want the vocal to be the main focus, so that's going to provide all the highs. Yeah, I like to add piano in the deep house tracks. Gives it a, I don't know, it's a familiar sound to people, and it sounds, I think it always sounds good pretty much. So yeah, and that's just playing the same exact chords as the pads. So all it is just providing more energy on this last section before the actual or not the breakdown, but the build up comes. So for the build up, I like to have this empty space here so that when the build up happens, it just gives it a nice transition, kind of an interesting change, a little bit of a pause, like anticipation into what's gonna happen next. So I'll kind of show you what I mean.
Get a little closer. Take me out to.
So yeah, so that what I like to do there is just, I'll normally cut some of the elements out, and all this is a reverse of the drop lead. So it just kind of brings you into, kind of sucks you into that section and that sound as well. So that's why I'll just use Edison to record it, and then I'll reverse it, so that'll give you this. So it's a really nice transitional little tip try to use reverses of the sound that's coming up. So that's all I did there. And then what else do we got here? And then I bring back the those vocal chops. And what did I throw in here? What is this? Oh yeah, just a super reverbed little chop from this last section. I thought it sounded cool in that part. Watch, let me show you.
Nothing but love up on your face. Nothing but love up on your face.
So you can barely hear it in the background, but it is there and it adds energy. And then this is just the bass for the drop. So I'm adding in the sections that are going to be coming up, just kind of trying to tell a story, telling the listener which direction we're going, and you know, something big is coming basically. And yeah, and then this is just the same little hit that I used over here in the breakdown. What else do we got here? So yeah, I use some snares. Then I have the claps from the drop playing with the snares. Add in the sub bass. You got the vocal chops and the lead melody. We got a downlifter that I just reversed into an uplifter. So it's a downlifter in this section, but I made it unique and then made it an uplifter. So it's literally the same downlifter as this, but just reversed, and it's pulling you into the drop. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the breakdown. You just got the vocal, the impact that brings you into the build up, and right before the drop we have the snares that bring you in, and then right here I put, what is this? I think snares. Yeah, some snares, and then 2 claps. So I just wanted a little fill, kind of made my own fill there. And I thought it sounded cool to have the vocal kind of with the snares at this section. Sometimes I want it empty, sometimes not. It just really depends on the track, but yeah. So that is it for the breakdown. I will be making a drop video. That'll probably come out tomorrow. But yes, that is the breakdown. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I will be releasing this FLP for free within the next few days, or within the next week or so. But that's the breakdown. I will show you guys the drop in my next video. See you guys later.